The ANC is trying so hard to make everyone believe that the NHI is going to be a great thing. They're even appealing now, or trying to appeal to, pregnant ladies. But there's a huge problem with that. That's what this video is going to be about, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get into it.
When people zone
have our smallanyana skeletons.
Did I hear that correctly? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newsflash. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. NHI will benefit pregnant women without medical aid. Yep. If you don't have medical aid, ladies and gentlemen, NHI is going to benefit you if you are pregnant. That's the spin that the ANC is trying to do now to win over pregnant women.
What will they think of next?
Let's have a look at some of the things that this health minister said. Motsoaledi said that despite the DA's and other parties' protestations against the NHI, universal healthcare will be a major relief to the poor, who have largely been left out in the cold when it comes to quality healthcare. Left out in the cold, he says. You've been leaving pregnant women out in the cold for years. Just have a look at this headline. Pregnant women forced to sleep on Joburg hospital floor, health ombud finds. And also, just have a look at this clip.
This video is trending on social media. It shows pregnant women sleeping on chairs and on the floor at Rahima Musa Mother and Child Hospital. The facility has the second highest number of baby deliveries nationally, also accommodating patients from other countries on the continent.
These are government-run hospitals and they're failing. Government should have built more hospitals because of the growing population, but they didn't, which is why some of these hospitals are just at full capacity and are struggling to keep up to help people. Not to mention the corruption that goes on. I mean, nearly 500K for skinny jeans. Why does a hospital need skinny jeans?
How should I know?
This kind of stuff really pisses me off because the government is trying to blame the private healthcare for leaving South Africans out in the cold. But government hospitals can and do offer free healthcare. But the government was too busy looting those hospitals, and now South Africans are suffering. And it's the very poor that this health minister is talking about that are suffering. Now the government wants to implement NHI and wants you to believe that they're going to run it well. But all you need to do is look at the government hospitals for their track record. And once the government has a monopoly on healthcare, do you really think they're going to run it well?
Not a chance.
It won't be just the poor that's left out in the cold. It will be every single South African. And of course, I think everybody should have free healthcare. In theory, that sounds like an amazing idea, but this is not the way to go about it. All the ANC is going to do is level the playing field by making everyone suffer. Communism at its best. And Motsoaledi cites statistics like this. Motsoaledi revealed shocking statistics. Only 140,000 of about 1.2 million pregnant women who fall pregnant every year had access to medical aid. Again, it's the ANC's fault. If the ANC had focused on making a prosperous nation, a nation where the unemployment rate was not over 30% and at one point the highest in the world, a nation where the middle class grew and grew and grew, thus lifting people out of poverty and thus making things cheaper because then there's healthy competition amongst other companies to lower their rates so that they can get as much of the money or as much of the pie as possible from the middle class, then you would have way more people have access to medical aid. That's economics 101. It's basic supply and demand. But what the ANC focused on was making a huge gap between the haves and the have-nots, and then goes and blames the private health sector for this problem, and are shocked that the private health sector is expensive. But again, with all the ANC red tape, not to mention taxes on everything, I can go on and on. There's a lot of reasons as to why private healthcare is so expensive, and it's the ANC's fault for making it that way. In the article, Motsoaledi continues to say that, he's trying to support the pregnant women because he wants them to be able to go to scans to make sure that the baby is healthy, that they have a healthy heartbeat, and that there's no defects with the baby. And if there is, then they would know. But at the same time, he's not going to waste anyone's money because he's not going to, or they're not going to allow them to just go to the doctor for anything. Like, for example, a gender check. Or if the mother is saying that they really want to know what the gender is. Even though after a certain point in pregnancy, it really doesn't matter what scan you go to. At some point, the doctor will tell you or can tell you what the gender is. But anyway, my point is he's trying to come across like he really cares about the babies. We want to know if this baby is normal. What is the size of the head? And are the organs normal? So as to avoid also medical legal claims.
Cut the bullshit.
Trying so hard to act like he cares about the future of South Africa and pregnant women. It's actually despicable that he's using babies and pregnant women to try and convince you that NHI is going to be a good thing. I mean, despite what I've showed you earlier with the footage of pregnant women on the floor in hospitals in South Africa. Spare us, ANC, just spare us. All you ever do is lie. Trust me, once NHI is here, we will all be left in the cold. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, ladies and gentlemen. While you're there, leave a like on this video, share it far and wide, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've got more content coming your way. And with all that being said, thanks for watching. Your newsflash is in.
Hey, Dad. Do an impression of Joe Biden explaining the plot to Star Wars.
So there's a galaxy parked on the side of the a long time ago, back when I was working full time at anyway, I was the head of the embassy. It doesn't matter. Far away, there was a galaxy and there were robots, and the robots. They were not the droids you were looking for.